We're gonna take ya. We're gonna take ya. We're gonna take you all the way down. We know where we're going and we're going with you. Taking me all the way.
Come with us today and discover the deep South Louisiana.
Oh yeah! Hey, there's a huge elk up there.
There is. Get back. We have 10 minutes. Hi everyone. Welcome to Learning Brave. I'm Skylar.
And I'm Billy Boucher.
Yes. Anyway, we have already talked to you about our not small obsession with New Orleans.
Yes.
New
we love
Orleans.
It. New Orleans.
It's like our favorite city in the US. Today we want to take you deeper into the deep
We're gonna
South.
get out of the city, go out into the surrounding bayous.
You may wonder, what is one of the coolest tours that I could do in the US?
Well, for us, it was definitely our Bayou Tour in Louisiana.
It was so cool. Like, I actually thought it would be like, I don't know, touristy, maybe pretty put on, but it wasn't. It was so authentic that I couldn't understand like half of what
It was, guys. Seriously, like, I just gotta explain this. For us coming from Australia, the only exposure I had ever had to the South, particularly Louisiana and the bayous, was this movie called Waterboy with Adam Sandler in it. You know, with, hey, my name's Billy Boucher.
Yeah, well, she talked really weird, but we were like, we don't know why he's talking
I had
like
no
that.
idea why he talked like that. And then later on, I watched this show called Swamp People.
I am the alligator bandit.
Hey, give me five. We're gonna do the alligator shuffle. Yeah.
And I was like, they really exist? This is amazing. And then we thought, well, let's go. That was on television. We thought, let's go and experience this live. And that's where our swamp tour came in.
Let's put it to the test to see if this place, this unique thing is authentic and
Is
really
Creole
exists.
really something they still speak down there? Well,
Yes.
we're here to tell you it definitely is.
So we went on a run-of-the-mill swamp tour and it was October, so unfortunately the big alligators were like hibernating.
Yeah, I think we didn't get to see the big ones. There were lots of small ones.
Yeah. So we went on this it's called like an airboat or something.
Yeah, it was like it was a hovercraft of sorts. Sort of.
Like Back to the Future with a hovercraft.
No, not a skateboard hovercraft. Like the one that's got the wind turbine in the back that pushes you along. One of those.
We didn't really know what to expect other than some random movies and I don't know, we're up for anything. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, at that point of time, as you've heard from other episodes, we were just engrossed in Princess and the Frog. So
Yeah,
all I had
yeah.
was, yo, cousin Mimi, my cousin Boudreaux, grandmama, your light on.
Like, we'd never even seen fireflies before.
Yeah,
so
that was the first.
that was pretty exciting for us.
Honestly, wildlife was a bit meh at that time of the year, but the thing that made the swamp tour in Louisiana so awesome was the guide.
Yeah, like the experience of hovering through the bayous with this Creole guy was just like one of the coolest things we've done in the US.
I
for
have
real.
to say though, I don't remember understanding much of what he said.
And that's the TCI goes. So you cut this off with a grinder right here.
No, so I took tons of video because I was like, this is really interesting, but I'm barely catching anything. So
Yeah. We need to re-watch the video to understand what he was saying on the tour.
like it's like real guys. Like he wasn't put on. Like there's like communities that live in the bayou, and he was like, I made this for my granddaughter, and like he had these like trinkets and like decorations out of like
animal body
beaver
parts of
heads
animals, parts of the alligators, parts of the
crocodile
raccoons.
skin, and like he was an artist, and so he put it all together and be like, I made this for my granddaughter.
Made it for my grandmama, my granddaughter's birthday. It was really cool.
And then a whole string of other stuff we didn't understand, and we were just like,
The whole time, like, if you had been, like, a firefly on the wall watching us, you would have seen all of our Australian faces going,
that's so cool.
we're in our element. We loved it. Absolutely loved it.
So we go through this tour, and we did get to see some alligators peeking up in the water, and we saw a raccoon.
Yes.
First raccoon ever. And we saw like an abandoned old hut, and our guide was telling us some stuff about the stories and the legends.
We think he was saying that.
Do you know what's funny though? We've joked about how like we travel around the world to all these places where we don't understand the language, and we do all these like interesting immersive things and we don't understand anything. The same thing happened in the US.
Funny that, huh?
But
Amazing.
I challenge American citizens to come to Australia and do some sort of like outback tour. You may struggle
And
to.
you might struggle to understand what we're talking about there too. I guarantee that. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's just something you got to do for the community, mate. It's like you look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you.
So we go through this whole tour, and we get to like my kids got to go up the front of the boat and like touch and feel the like animal creations.
Parts.
In 1915, what's there? There's nothing to rescue you with. A lot of engine and car plane are not invented yet. So the people get buried as is. And it all been abandoned. And all kids and plateaus did was buy the land back here. Me and the captains keep clean and cut the grass, stood the fence back up, I repainted the little sign 1915. That's what you got. It had been for sale since the place got wiped out. Watch this. You want to buy your own graveyard like this, and your own chocolate swamp like this, and do your own thing? Go down the road about 10 miles, that land is something that's for sale.
But it did make
Honestly.
me feel like when you visit Louisiana and there's all those tourist shops, like often I think, oh, they're just touristy, but we did learn that like a lot of the alligator skin, knife belt or whatever, like all this stuff that you can buy, it's like their livelihood and their business and their life. So it was legit.
It was really fun. Loved
So we
it.
thought we'd experience this cool tour and we're like, oh, this is so interesting and weird. And then towards the end, he whipped out a baby alligator.
A live one.
A live one.
Just handing it around the boat. Kids, my kids
I
loved
got
it.
one more thing to show you. He opens his esky.
What's an esky? A cooler.
Look, we think maybe a drink or something, and he whips out
He pulls out.
a baby alligator.
Yeah.
Like this guy, like lives with the gators and knows what he's doing, so he was looking after the baby gator. Pretty good. I think.
loved it.
I don't think it was animal cruelty or anything. It was just like it was part of his life.
Well, I mean, from the things that I've watched, I don't know how, realistic Swamp People, the reality TV show Swamp People is.
Please
but
let us know, Americans.
I would like to
teach
know.
us.
Is that real? Do people really still live like the Swamp People?
Well, yes, because this guy did.
Well, he did. Yes, he did. And it was, I actually really like as you travel and you think in your mind, that can't be right. That's just played up. And then you go somewhere and you recognize that actually that is real. People really live like that. And it's fascinating.
True. That is like one of the best parts about travel. It's awesome. We did, in fact, all get to pat and hold
A live gator.
a live gator.
It was not very big,
We
but
all
it was cool.
reacted a bit differently. Like some of our kids were like, it's my baby. And some of us were like, pass it along.
I think that's just stemming from our Australian fear of crocodiles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I've been to many states of the United States and seen snakes, but every snake to me is going to kill me.
So we highly recommend if you're going to do any tour in the US in your lifetime, do a Bayou tour.
Bayou, because you got to take me. You got to take me. You got to take me all the way down.
It was one of our favourite things we've done. It was super cool. So we would like to know more cool things that you can do in the US. Please let us know. What would you class as the coolest, weirdest, most authentic tour in the US?
Because we want to go there. We want to do it.
We want to test our movie knowledge with reality.
Absolutely.
We like it when it matches up.
I do.
All right, thanks everyone. Remember to hit like and subscribe and come next time to some sort of weird and wacky adventure around the world. Bye.
Bye. Yo, Mimi, cousin Pudro, grandmama, you're light on.
Oh my gosh, there was that one time. Okay, so we've been traveling all around the US for quite a while, and we were in North Carolina, and we met a new couple.
Yep.
With some kids, and we were on this little hike with a
Yep.
couple of families, and we asked, "Oh, where are you from?" And they said,
He said,
"Shreveport."
Shreveport. I said, Shreveport?
We're- Shreveport.
You're from Shreveport? That's. I couldn't. I'd watched that movie too many times. It was ingrained in my head. As soon as I heard the word Shreveport, I was like, "You're from Shreveport? Wow."
Yeah, like they looked at us like we were super weird because they said it, and both Ross and I go,
Shreveport?
Shreveport.
We sound like chickens. Shreveport? Bark, bark, bark.